I was sitting at our kitchen table, laptop open, confirming the final payment for our wedding venue when she walked in. The venue alone was $45,000. Non-refundable deposit already paid. 200 guests confirmed. 6 months of planning down to every last detail. She dropped her purse on the counter and poured herself wine. Tuesday evening, just another weeknight. Or so I thought. So I've been thinking about my bachelorette party, she said, way too casually for what was coming next. I glanced up from the screen. Yeah? You and the girls going to Nashville or something? She took a long sip of wine. Actually, no. I'm going to Italy. For 2 weeks. I waited for the punchline. None came. Italy, I repeated slowly. For 2 weeks. That's quite the bachelorette party. Here's the thing, she said, and I could already hear the defensive tone creeping into her voice. Bryce is going to be there. Bryce, her ex-boyfriend. The one she dated for 3 years before me. The one whose name still came up way too often in conversations. I closed the laptop. I'm sorry, what? Don't do that. Don't get that tone. She pointed at me with her wine glass. This is exactly what I was afraid of. Everyone warned me you might be the controlling type. Everyone warned you, I said carefully. Who's everyone? My friends. My sister. They said if you genuinely loved me, you'd trust me to have this experience. It's my last hurrah as a single woman. Bryce and I are just friends now. He invited me on this trip months ago, and I said yes before we even got engaged. The logic was so twisted I almost admired it. Almost. Let me make sure I understand, I said. You're taking a 2-week romantic trip to Italy with your ex-boyfriend, and if I have any problem with that, I'm controlling and insecure. See? You're already being judgmental. This is a trust issue. I looked at her, genuinely looked at her, maybe for the first time in months. The way she was standing there, arms crossed, chin up, already prepared for battle. Like she'd rehearsed this. When do you leave? I asked. She blinked, clearly expecting more of a fight. Friday, day after tomorrow. And you're telling me this on a Tuesday. I knew you'd react like this. That's why I waited. I stood up from the table, staying completely calm. Years of dealing with difficult clients at work had taught me how to keep my face neutral even when everything inside me was screaming. You know what? I said. You should go. Her eyes narrowed. What? You should absolutely go to Italy with Bryce. Have an amazing time. Take lots of pictures. Enjoy your 2 weeks. You're being sarcastic. I'm being serious. Have an absolutely safe and amazing flight. She stared at me, waiting for the catch. There wasn't one. Not one she could see anyway. So you're okay with this? She asked suspiciously. I want you to do exactly what you think is right, I said. Don't let me stop you. She smiled then, actually smiled, like she'd won something. I knew you'd understand once you thought about it. This is why I love you. You're so mature about these things. Mature, I echoed. Yeah, that's me. She kissed my cheek, grabbed her wine, and headed upstairs. I need to finish packing. Flight leaves at 6 a.m. Friday. I waited until I heard the bedroom door close. Then I opened my laptop back up. But I wasn't looking at the wedding venue anymore. I was looking at the cancellation policy, and the name of the lawyer who'd helped me with a contract dispute last year, and the website for private investigators that a colleague had recommended once. Friday was 2 days away. She thought she had this all figured out. She thought I'd sit here for 2 weeks, maybe sulk a little, maybe miss her, maybe realize I was lucky she came back to me. She had no idea what was about to happen. I picked up my phone and started making calls. First to the venue, then to my lawyer. I had 48 hours, and I wasn't going to waste a single one. The wedding was off. She just didn't know it yet. By the time her plane touched down in Rome on Friday evening, 200 people would know exactly why they weren't coming to our wedding anymore. And by the time she landed back here in 2 weeks, she'd understand what consequences actually look like. I pulled up my contacts and found my lawyer's number. He answered on the second ring. Hey, it's me, I said. I need to talk to you about something urgent. How fast can you draft a lawsuit? Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. She was at work. I had the house to myself and a list of phone numbers. My lawyer's name was Vincent Caldwell. We'd worked together when my previous employer tried to screw me on a non-compete clause. He was expensive, direct, and didn't waste time on feelings. Talk to me, he said when he answered. I laid out the situation. Every detail. The Italy trip, the ex-boyfriend, the 2 weeks, the wedding in 3 months, the $45,000 venue. He was quiet for exactly 3 seconds. You want to sue her for what exactly? Emotional distress. Breach of promise. Whatever actually sticks. I want her to understand this isn't just a breakup. This is consequences. Breach of promise is tricky in this state, Vincent said. But emotional distress, intentional infliction, we might have something there. Especially with the public humiliation angle. You got proof she's actually going with the ex? I will. I'm hiring someone today. Good. Get photos. Get hotel records if you can. Timeline of everything. I'll draft the paperwork, but it won't be cheap. How much? $5,000 retainer. Could go higher depending on how long this drags. I thought about the wedding deposit. About the honeymoon we'd never take. About the future I'd just lost. Do it, I said. Next call was to the venue. Grand Estate Gardens. We'd toured 6 places before she fell in love with this one. Outdoor ceremony space, indoor reception hall, full catering, the works. This is regarding the Whitaker wedding. I said when someone picked up. I need to cancel. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me pull up your contract. When is your date? 3 months out. December 14th. Papers rustling. Okay, so per the contract, you've paid the $20,000 deposit. That portion is non-refundable, but we can apply it to a future date if you'd like to reschedule within 18 months. I won't be rescheduling. The engagement is over. I understand. I'm very sorry. The deposit will be forfeited, but you won't be charged the remaining $25,000. Is there anything else I can help you with? $20,000 gone. Just like that. But honestly, worth every penny to never marry someone who thought Italy with her ex was acceptable behavior. Actually, yes, I said. I need a detailed invoice. Itemized. Everything that deposit covered. Of course. I'll email that within the hour. Third call was the one I'd been putting off. Private investigator. The website looked legitimate enough. Licensed, bonded, 20 years experience. A woman answered. Professional voice. Blackwell Investigations. I need someone followed, I said. International travel. Italy. 2 weeks. That's going to be expensive. International surveillance runs about $800 per day, plus travel expenses. You're looking at minimum $15,000 for 2 weeks. I did the math in my head. The wedding deposit was already gone. My savings had about $30,000 in it. This would drain half. Can you start Friday? Give me the details. I sent her everything. Flight information, hotel name in Rome that I'd found in her email, Bryce's full name, physical descriptions of both of them. I'll have someone on the ground in Rome by Friday evening, she said. Daily reports with photos. Video if the opportunity presents itself. You'll get everything. Perfect. By noon Wednesday, I had the legal team in motion, the venue canceled, and surveillance arranged. Now came the hard part. 200 guests. 200 individual emails explaining why they shouldn't bother showing up in December. I opened a blank document and started typing. Dear friends and family, I'm writing to inform you that the wedding scheduled for December 14th has been canceled. This morning, my fiancée informed me that she's spending 2 weeks in Italy with her ex-boyfriend as her bachelorette party. She leaves Friday. I will not be participating in a marriage with someone who thinks this is acceptable behavior. The venue has been canceled. Please make no further plans to attend. I apologize for any inconvenience. Short, honest, no drama, just facts. I spent 3 hours personalizing each email with names, sending them in small batches to avoid spam filters. My parents got a phone call instead. She's doing what? My mother asked. Exactly what it sounds like. And you're just letting her go? I'm letting her go permanently, Mom. The wedding's off. Good, she said immediately. I never liked her anyway. She always looked at you like you were lucky to have her, not the other way around. My dad got on the line. You need anything, son? I'm good, Dad. I'm handling it. Thursday morning, the emails started bouncing back. Not delivery failures, responses. Lots of responses. Holy crap, are you serious? From my college roommate. I always knew something was off about her. From my cousin. You're making the right call, brother. From 3 different friends. Her mother called me 17 times. I didn't answer. Her sister texted me. Please don't do this. She's just confused. She loves you. I typed back. She's in Italy with her ex-boyfriend. That's not confusion. That's a choice. Thursday afternoon, Vincent sent me the draft lawsuit. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. Seeking $25,000 in damages. Punitive and compensatory. It's aggressive, he said. But you've got a case. Public humiliation, cancellation of wedding, financial losses. Judge might not award full amount, but we'll get something. Send it. Thursday night, she called me from the airport. She was excited, bubbly, talking about how she couldn't wait to see the Colosseum and the Amalfi Coast. I'll miss you, she said, like she actually meant it. Have a safe flight, I said. I'll send pictures. I'm sure you will. She hung up. I looked at the lawsuit on my screen, ready to file first thing Monday morning. At the investigator's confirmation email. At the cancellation notices already sent to 200 people. Friday morning, her plane took off at 6 a.m. By 6 p.m. Friday, when she landed in Rome, everyone in both our social circles knew exactly what she'd done and exactly why there wasn't going to be a wedding. And she had absolutely no idea. Saturday morning, first report from the investigator landed in my inbox at 8 a.m. Subject line, Day 1 Rome. 3 photos attached. Her and Bryce at a cafe near the Trevi Fountain. His arm around her waist. Her laughing at something he said. Third photo showed them walking hand in hand down a cobblestone street. The email from the investigator was professional and brief. Subjects arrived at Hotel Artemis at approximately 9 p.m. local time Friday. Shared suite, 1 bedroom. Left hotel together at 7 a.m. Saturday. Currently touring Central Rome. Will continue surveillance. I forwarded everything to Vincent with no comment needed. His response came back in under a minute. Perfect. Keep them coming. This strengthens our case significantly. Sunday, she posted her first photo on social media. The Colosseum at sunset. Caption, living my best life. Some people get it, some people don't. The comment section was brutal. Where's your fiancé? Someone asked. Does he know you're there with Bryce? From another. I got the email about the wedding cancellation. Now I see why. From my cousin. She deleted the post within an hour. But I'd already taken screenshots. So had about 40 other people. Monday morning, I filed the lawsuit. Vincent handled the paperwork at the courthouse while I was at work, trying to act like my life wasn't imploding. My boss, Norman Fletcher, called me into his office around 10. I heard about the wedding, he said. You doing okay? I'm managing. Take whatever time you need. But honestly, from what I heard, you dodged something bad. Word travels fast in a small company. Someone's cousin knew someone who got my email. By Monday afternoon, everyone at my workplace knew the story. Tuesday, second report from Italy. Photos of them at a winery in Tuscany. Wine tasting, clearly drunk, kissing in one shot. I stared at that photo longer than I should have. Not because it hurt anymore. Because I was grateful. Grateful I found out who she actually was before we made it legal. Wednesday, her sister showed up at my house. I'd just gotten home from work when she knocked. We need to talk, Lauren said through the door. I opened it, but didn't invite her in. About what? About forgiving her. She made a mistake. She's confused. The wedding is in 3 months. We can still fix this. The wedding was in 3 months, I corrected. Past tense. It's not happening. You're being vindictive. You canceled everything without even talking to her first. She didn't talk to me before booking a romantic vacation with her ex. She told me 2 days before leaving. I'm just matching her energy. She's in Italy crying every night because you're not answering her calls. I pulled out my phone and showed Lauren the investigator's photos from Tuesday. The kissing photo. Lauren's face went pale. Where did you get these? I'm not stupid, and I'm not interested in fixing anything. Tell your sister to enjoy the rest of her trip. She's going to need the good memories. I closed the door. Thursday, day 6, reports showed them in Venice. Gondola ride, romantic dinner, more hand-holding and public affection. My lawyer sent me an update. Defendant has been notified of the lawsuit. She'll be served officially when she returns to the country. Her family's lawyer reached out asking if we're open to settlement discussions. I said no. Proceed with trial. Friday, 1 week exactly since she left, her mother called me. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity won. You are destroying her life, she said without preamble. I'm holding her accountable. For what? For wanting to have one last adventure before settling down. For disrespecting me, our relationship, and our commitment. For choosing her ex-boyfriend over her future husband. For thinking I'd just accept that. You're suing her. You're actually suing her. Yes. That's cruel. What's cruel is telling your fiancé you're spending 2 weeks in Italy with your ex and calling him controlling if he objects. But we clearly have different definitions. She hung up on me. Weekend reports showed Florence, then the Amalfi Coast. Every photo was more intimate than the last. They weren't even trying to hide it anymore. Sunday, day 9, she tried calling me. I sent it to voicemail. She left a message. I don't understand why you're doing this. Everyone's telling me you canceled the wedding, that you sent some horrible email to all our guests, that you're suing me. This is insane. Call me back. We need to talk about this like adults. I deleted the message. Monday, day 10, she posted another photo. Positano cliffside. Caption: sometimes you have to choose yourself. The comments were disabled this time. Tuesday, my coworker Adrian stopped by my desk. Hey man, I saw your ex posted again. You holding up okay? She's not my ex. She's my former fiancée. There's a difference, right? Sorry. You need anything? I'm good. Thanks though. Wednesday, day 12, the investigator sent a summary report. 2 weeks of surveillance complete. Subjects engaged in romantic relationship throughout trip. Hotel staff confirmed shared bedroom nightly. Collected receipts showing joint purchases. Compiled all evidence into formal report with timestamps and locations. Sending complete package. 53 photos. Video clips. Hotel records. Restaurant receipts with both their names. A complete timeline of 2 weeks pretending I didn't exist. Vincent reviewed everything Thursday afternoon. This is even better than I hoped. We've got intent. We've got duration. We've got public documentation. She's going to have a very bad time in court. Friday, day 14, her flight landed at 3 p.m. By 3:15, she'd been served with lawsuit papers right there at the airport arrival gate. The process server I'd hired sent me confirmation with a photo. She was standing there, Louis Vuitton luggage at her feet, tan from 2 weeks of Italian sun, holding legal documents with her mouth open in shock. Her phone started ringing immediately. My number, probably. I was at work, in a meeting, phone on silent. By the time I checked my messages at 5 p.m., I had 23 missed calls from her and 4 voicemails I didn't bother listening to. I texted her one sentence. All communication goes through my attorney. His number is on the paperwork. Then I blocked her number. 2 weeks of her paradise vacation. 2 weeks of me systematically dismantling the future she thought she had waiting for her back home. She thought she was coming back to a grateful fiancé who missed her. Instead, she came back to a lawsuit, a canceled wedding, and a social circle that knew exactly what she'd done. Consequences are a beautiful thing. Saturday morning, 9 a.m., my phone rang from an unknown number. I answered out of curiosity. "You son of a bitch," she screamed before I could even say hello. "You had me served at the airport." At the airport? Do you have any idea how humiliating that was? Probably about as humiliating as finding out your fiancé spent 2 weeks in Italy with her ex-boyfriend, I said calmly. But I'm just guessing. We need to talk. Face to face. This is ridiculous. No. All communication goes through Vincent Caldwell. You have his number. I'm not talking to your lawyer. I'm talking to you. We're adults. We can work this out. There's nothing to work out. The engagement is over. The wedding is canceled. You're being sued. Those are the only facts that matter. Over what? Over me taking a trip with a friend. I actually laughed. A friend. You spent 14 nights in the same hotel room with your ex-boyfriend. I have photos of you kissing him in Tuscany. Hotel records confirming you shared a bed. Restaurant receipts with both your names on them. You want to call that friendship? Go ahead. Call it whatever helps you sleep at night. Silence on her end. Then, you had me followed? I protected my interests. That's what adults do. This is insane. You're insane. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I'm not doing anything to you. You did this to yourself. You made every single choice that led to this moment. Own it. She hung up. 20 minutes later, her mother called from a different number. My daughter is hysterical. She's been crying for hours. What kind of man does this? The kind who doesn't accept disrespect. Tell her to get a lawyer. We'll see her in court. I blocked that number too. Sunday afternoon, she showed up at my house. I'd been expecting it. I opened the door, but left the security chain on. You need to leave. Please, just let me explain. Let me come in and we can talk about this. There's a restraining order being filed Monday morning. If you show up here again, you'll be arrested. You're filing a restraining order? Against me? My lawyer recommended it. Harassment, stalking, emotional distress. You're making it really easy to build our case. Our case? There is no case. This is bullshit and you know it. I held up my phone, recording. You're trespassing. I've asked you to leave. This conversation is being documented. Go away. Her face crumbled. Genuine tears this time, not manipulation. I love you. I made a mistake. Please don't do this. You don't love me. You love the idea of the wedding, the dress, the venue, the attention. But you don't love me. If you did, you wouldn't have spent 2 weeks with another man. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? Explain the kissing photos. Explain sharing a bed for 14 nights. I'm genuinely curious how you're going to spin this. She stared at me. No answer came. That's what I thought. Goodbye. I closed the door. Monday morning, Vincent called me at work. Her lawyer reached out again. They want to settle. She'll return the ring, drop any claims, sign a mutual non-disclosure if we drop the lawsuit. What's the ring worth? According to your receipt, $8,500. Not enough. The venue deposit alone was $20,000. The investigator cost $15,000. Your fees are running about $5,000 so far. She doesn't get to buy her way out of this for $8,000. What do you want? I want $25,000 total. Ring plus $17,000 cash. And a written admission of what she did. No NDA. She doesn't get to hide this. They're not going to agree to that. Then we go to trial. I've got time, evidence, and nothing to lose. She's the one with a reputation problem. Vincent was quiet for a second. You know what? I like it. Let me present the counteroffer. Tuesday, her workplace became a problem for her. My buddy Ethan worked at the same company, different department. He texted me, "Dude, everyone here knows. Someone forwarded the investigator photos. HR called her in this morning. Rumor is they're considering termination for conduct unbecoming." I didn't respond, but I wasn't exactly sad about it either. Wednesday, her lawyer sent a revised offer. Ring plus $10,000 cash, no admission of guilt, standard NDA. Vincent forwarded it to me with a note. They're scared. Push harder. I replied, 25 or trial. Final offer. Thursday morning, I got an email from one of the wedding guests. Older couple, friends of my parents. "We just wanted you to know we're proud of how you handled this situation. Standing up for yourself isn't easy. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for having standards." I saved that email. Thursday afternoon, her sister Lauren showed up at my workplace. Security called me down to the lobby. "You need to stop," she said. "You're ruining her life." No, she ruined her own life. I'm just making sure there are consequences. She lost friends. Her job is in jeopardy. Everyone thinks she's a terrible person. Everyone thinks correctly. She made one mistake. A 2-week mistake. In Italy. With her ex. That's not one mistake. That's 216 hours of consecutive bad decisions. Lauren shook her head. "You used to be a good guy. I'm still a good guy. I'm just not a doormat. There's a difference." She left. Friday afternoon, exactly 1 week since she landed back in the country, Vincent called with news. They accepted. $25,000 total. Ring plus $17,000 cash. Payment plan over 6 months. No NDA. Written statement admitting to the affair and the trip. She signs, "We're done." When? Monday. Her lawyer wants this over with before it gets to discovery phase. She definitely doesn't want those photos entered into public record. I leaned back in my office chair. "Tell them we have a deal." "You won," Vincent said. "Not many people win these." I didn't win. I just refused to lose. Monday morning, we met at Vincent's office. She looked terrible. No makeup, hair pulled back, eyes red from crying. We sat across the conference table. Her lawyer next to her, Vincent next to me. "The terms are clear," Vincent said. $25,000 total. $8,500 value of ring returned today. $17,200 cash, paid in 6 monthly installments of $2,867. Written admission of affair. No non-disclosure agreement. Both parties release all claims. Her lawyer slid the paperwork across. She signed without looking at me once. When she slid the ring across the table, her hand was shaking. I took it, dropped it in my pocket, and stood up. "We're done here." She finally looked at me. "I'm sorry. I know that doesn't mean anything now, but I am. You're sorry you got caught. There's a difference." I walked out. Outside, the sun was shining. First genuinely warm day we'd had in weeks. I got in my car, drove home, and for the first time in a month, I actually felt like I could breathe again. The settlement was signed, but the fallout was just beginning for her. 2 weeks after the paperwork cleared, Ethan texted me. She got fired. Official reason was violation of company ethics policy. Unofficial reason is nobody wanted to work with her anymore. I didn't celebrate, just acknowledged it and moved on. Her social media went dark completely. No posts, no comments, nothing. Mutual friends told me she deleted everything after someone kept reposting the Italy photos with captions like, "Remember when you chose a vacation with your ex over your wedding?" The monthly payments started coming through. First installment hit my account on schedule. $2,867. I put it straight into savings. Her mother stopped trying to contact me after the 3rd payment. I think she finally realized I wasn't budging. Month 4, I ran into her at Target. Pure accident. She saw me first, turned around, and walked the other direction. Didn't even try to talk. Good. She was learning. Month 5, I heard through the network that she'd moved back in with her parents. Lost her place when she couldn't make rent after losing her job. Her ex-boyfriend Bryce apparently stopped returning her calls about a week after they got back from Italy. Turns out he just wanted a free vacation and some attention. Who could have seen that coming? Final payment cleared month 6. $25,000 total, every penny accounted for. Vincent sent me a formal letter confirming the settlement was complete. All obligations fulfilled, case closed. I took that letter, put it in a folder labeled Lessons Learned, and filed it away. 3 months after that, I was having coffee with my buddy Adrian when he brought her up. "You ever regret how hard you went?" he asked. Not even once. She made a choice. I made mine. The difference is I can sleep at night. Fair enough. You seeing anyone new? Not yet. Taking time to figure out what I actually want. Turns out I had no idea before. He nodded. You seem different. Better. I am better. Turns out self-respect is pretty valuable. Last month, almost a year after everything imploded, I got a message request on social media. From her. I know you probably won't read this, but I need to say it anyway. You were right. About everything. I was selfish and stupid, and I threw away the best thing I ever had. I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know that I understand now what I lost. I hope you're happy. You deserve it. I read it twice. Then I deleted it without responding. Some people think that makes me cold. Maybe it does. But I learned something important through all of this. Forgiveness doesn't require reconciliation. I can acknowledge she's sorry and still want absolutely nothing to do with her. I don't wish her harm. I don't think about her much at all anymore. But I also don't owe her closure, or peace, or validation. She made her choices. I made mine. And I'm completely fine with how it all turned out. 18 months after everything fell apart, I was genuinely okay. Not pretending, not just getting by. Actually okay. I'd learned to cook properly. Picked up photography as a hobby. Started hitting the gym 4 times a week not because I was angry, but because I enjoyed it. Work was going well. Got promoted to senior account manager. The raise helped rebuild what I'd spent on lawyers and investigators. My buddy Adrian set me up on a blind date last weekend. Her name was Claire. Teacher, sharp sense of humor, no ex-boyfriend drama. We had dinner, talked for 3 hours, and I actually enjoyed myself. No pressure, no rushing, just seeing where things go. Yesterday, I got a text from an old college friend named Russell. He'd been engaged, about to get married, when his fiancée started acting distant. Spending lots of time with a friend from work. I remembered what happened with you, he wrote. I asked myself what you would do, so I hired an investigator. Found out she's been cheating for months. Called off the wedding this morning. It hurt like hell, but I know it's the right move. Thanks for showing me it's possible to walk away with dignity. I stared at that message for a long time. Then I wrote back, proud of you. It gets better. Trust me, because it does get better. Not immediately, not easily, but it happens. I sold the engagement ring to a jeweler 6 months ago. Got $5,200 for it. Put that money toward a weekend trip to Colorado. Went hiking, saw mountains, cleared my head. Somewhere up there, breathing thin air at 10,000 feet, I realized something important. She didn't break me. She revealed herself. And I had the strength to walk away. That's not a loss. That's a win. Last week, I drove past the venue where we were supposed to get married. Grand Estate Gardens. They had a wedding going on. Bride and groom outside taking photos, everyone smiling. I didn't feel sad. Didn't feel angry. Just felt grateful I wasn't in a marriage with someone who thought Italy with her ex was acceptable. Some people called me harsh. Said I went too far with the lawsuit, the cancellations, the public exposure. Those people don't understand something fundamental. Kindness without boundaries isn't kindness. It's just weakness wrapped in good intentions. I set boundaries. I enforced consequences. I protected myself. And I'd do it all again without hesitation. Tonight, I'm meeting Claire for coffee. Second date. No expectations, no pressure. Just 2 people getting to know each other. And for the first time in years, I'm excited about what comes next. Not because I need someone to complete me, but because I'm finally whole on my own. And that makes all the difference.